Is that from your
That's
your
from my wedding.
Okay.
It's one of my groomsmen who lives out of state left it.
It was really valuable to him.
So it's mine. Well, I don't know. I guess we'll jump in. What's up with that? Like when you have a wedding, you're supposed to give your
I don't know how
groomsmen and bridesmaids gifts.
Oh yeah.
For being in the wedding.
Yeah, you sound like you were at a wedding last night and you're like a little hoarse there.
Oh no. Just tired.
Under the weather.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Man.
Busy days. Cool. Well, yeah. I had one question actually. This is a random question.
Okay.
So you've been on your.
Wait, sorry, you didn't finish your thought. You were talking about wedding gifts.
why? You're good.
Oh,
So,
you're supposed to give gifts.
Do you just give them a gift because it's crazy when they're in your wedding? Like
Probably.
It's busy and they spend a lot of
They
money.
usually help, like doing like the bachelor party.
Well, of course,
all that sort of thing, right?
But like, what do you get them? Like, I got married when I was 25.
Yeah.
All my friends are like 23 through 26 years old that were in my wedding. I'm like, what are they gonna want? Like they just wanted to hang out. Yeah. So I was like, I'll get you a coffee mug. So, with a
saying that you were
with a custom sticker, which and then one of them left it, so now it's mine.
Let's go.
So yeah.
Oh man.
All right, eat meat, lift heavy things.
Oh yeah.
This is a hard hitting question.
Yeah. Okay.
I think the people will want to know.
Okay.
This is not from the comments. This is from me.
Okay.
What's your favorite meat?
Oh, dude. Okay, this is where it's
Yeah.
So I used to be very illiterate, still pretty illiterate, honestly, with meats.
All right.
My favorite overall would be ribeye because it's cheap, and because if you get it well done, the fat gets like crispy.
Gotcha.
Used to never know what a difference between a ribeye was, and I still don't really know the difference between like certain types of fillets and all that stuff. But I know ribeye is one of the cheaper meats, and it's really good. Mm-hmm. Now, if you want to go crazy, if you want to go really left field. Then you can get a tomahawk steak. Now, you're looking at probably $90 to $100. It's very expensive, but it's just really cool having this massive bone and then eating off of it. So,
all right, fair enough. I thought, I thought I'd look up an article that was like, what are the healthiest meats? Now, you're not necessarily eating it. Well, you are eating it for health reasons. You think that's a good way to be healthy?
I think it's a good way to be healthy.
Yeah. So WebMD ranked the number one meat.
Let me guess.
For health.
Like you're talking animal.
Yeah, they're just going like, it's generic. This article's generic.
Okay, I'm going to guess it's chicken.
They actually go beef number one.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of beef?
If it just says beef. It's a very generic article. Because I looked it up and then like you get another ranking of like steak cuts versus parts of chicken.
It depends what you're trying to do too. Like if you're trying to gain weight and like get a bunch of muscle, it's probably, I would say, steaks, meats, etc. But if you're trying to lean out, chicken crushes.
Yes.
Same thing with like tuna, stuff like that.
No. It says beef. Beef gets a bad rep. This is just a general medical review from August of last year by WebMD. Bunch of doctors went in. Beef gets a bad rep. While it can be unhealthy to eat too much fatty red meat, lean red meat doesn't raise your cholesterol, contains nutrients like protein, vitamin B12, iron, niacin, and zinc.
Yeah. Well, ribeye isn't necessarily lean.
Yeah.
But hey, gotta get that fat in some way.
Here's their second best meat to eat: lamb.
Oh, dude, lamb's good.
Yeah,
we had some lamb at Indian. So on the turnarounds, we now have the 3 types of restaurants we go to. So we usually go to one restaurant a day.
I know. Okay, let me guess. Mexican for sure is always in the rotation because you love Mexican food.
Yeah.
I would say a steakhouse.
So that is the 4th one. So if we have a 4-day, it would be the 4th one.
Okay, so
you got 2. You're 2 for 2 so far.
Well, you kind of alluded to it, so I feel like I got a freebie. So you said like an Indian restaurant.
Yeah.
Indian food. Ooh man, what would be the last one? I don't know. Maybe like just like a good local like burger joint.
Barbecue.
Yeah,
it's like ribs, stuff like that.
Yep.
That's like the standard. We do it every single time. And
that's awesome.
We were like, that's the SOP. We can't deviate from it because they were like, we should go to this other place. Like, nah, we gotta stick in the system.
We got a standard. Standard. Yeah, it takes the guesswork out of it. As long as everyone's on board, it's like, hey, 3 days, day 1, 2, 3. Anything in between, you can get your own snacks or this, that, or the other. But that's what we're sticking to.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
So lamb is number 2.
Yeah. Lamb, what's it called? Oh man, no, forget it. Never mind. I was gonna try to say the word for the Indian type of dish, but I totally forget it.
Oh.
There's one that's like spinach based, and then there's the other one that's curry based, like lamb curry. That one's obviously good. But the other one, I forget the name of it. It was good too.
Okay. Yeah.
I like it pretty hot.
Yeah.
But dude, I always get way too much, and then the next day I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah, Indian's food's really good. I recently had a beef curry, which is not very common.
Yeah.
And it was really good.
Okay.
So.
All right.
The third best meat is bison. Have you ever had bison?
Yeah, I have like the jerky, like the
Oh, the
packaged pieces.
Yeah. Bison is really good. A bison burger is fantastic.
Really?
Arguably,
Where
one of
can
the
you
best.
get a bison burger locally?
Locally, you can do it at Fiamma Burger, downtown Bellingham.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah.
So there's a tip for everyone. That's local. Fiamma Burger does a bison burger.
Okay, all right.
They also do an elk burger.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
really
dude.
good too. Yeah.
I do a double stack or one of each.
Yeah, you can do that. And then they can do a lettuce wrap too.
Yeah, that's good.
Also, speaking of Indian food, they have a curry mayo, which is
really
fantastic.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
All right, the fourth best meat by WebMD is goat.
Yeah, so goat, don't like the fact that you have the bone in.
Mm-hmm.
They can take it out. But like if you have bone in goat with your like curry or whatever, dude, it's hard to eat. You gotta like be careful not to like, and there's little pieces usually. We had a whole discussion on how they break up the pieces, but that's a...
It says goat has far less fat and calories than other red meats. It has plenty of vitamins and nutrients. It's also a little less saturated fat, even less saturated fats than most chicken cuts.
Yeah, I usually get one lamb curry or goat curry, and then the alternate that I don't get, I get of this other thing, which is like the spinach version. I forget the name of it.
And they say that 3/4 of the world eats goat on a regular basis.
Okay.
But like, it's just because the U.S. we don't.
Yeah.
Right? Like you go to most restaurants in the U.S., unless it's a like traditional Indian restaurant, you're not going to find goat on the menu.
So we had this conversation while we were having our lamb and curry and all this garbage. Like, okay, so I'm like, guys, what's the difference between a sheep and a lamb?
I have no idea.
Really?
Zero idea.
It's just a baby sheep, bro.
Oh, wait, what? Like sheeps are just babies?
A lamb is just a baby sheep.
Oh, a lamb is a baby sheep. Oh, okay.
So it's like, no, we're not going to call this a sheep curry. We're going to take the children and we're going to kill those.
Yikes.
Yeah, dude, that's pretty dark, bro.
Yeah, that is kind of dark. I don't know how they do that. But it's also like, I don't know, people eat like...
I think sheep is like, that's my bedding and that's my clothes. Lamb, food, yum yum. It's like, no, that's just a child. You're killing it's like saying calf. Like if we say, yes, this beef is ground beef from a calf.
Yeah.
People would freak out. It's like, but lamb curry, very good.
Yeah. You want the beef burger, or do you want the
calf burger?
The calf burger.
Yeah,
the calf burger is going to be a nice, different complexities to the cut. That's weird. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. A lamb is just a baby sheep.
Your life has never been the same.
But it does. Here's the thing, though. This is from Mississippi State University. Said that lamb meat is more tender and milder in flavor.
I would say the same thing about a baby. Dude.
That sounds horrible.
I know.
Oh, that's horrible. There you go. Shout out to Mississippi State University giving us the facts.
Which means that the cotton we get is if those are from sheep, it means you're basically taking it from old people.
Yeah.
Like once you're old, we take your wool. When you're young, we still kill you. So.
Yeah. All right. Fifth best meat, chicken.
Yep.
So they go to chicken. Sixth best meat, they go turkey.
Ugh.
After that,
Turkey's
liver.
overrated.
Shout out Liver King.
Ugh, gross.
So particularly beef liver is the
Not a
seventh
fan.
best meat.
Not a fan.
And then the last but not least is pork.
Shredded pork, as long as it's moist, let's go.
Yeah. So there you go. I just wanted to ask, what you say? Eat meat, lift heavy things.
Let's go, dude.
So there's your favorite meats. So you said like a tenderloin.
No,
One of
a
your favorites?
ribeye.
Or ribeye, excuse me.
Burnt
Ribeye.
ends are also really good.
Burnt ends are good.
Ribs are good, but
Yes.
you usually get a lot of carbs because sauce. So
Yep.
you got to be running the next day or doing something cardiovascular. So that's the move, bro.
Fair enough.
Dude, place downtown I got to take you that has ribs, really
Yeah.
good, down next to the marina.
Oh, did they buy out that restaurant that we used to go to?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. There's another place. I got to take it there sometime.
All right.
You get a whole rack of ribs for like $25.
Oh, nice.
It's good.
Nice.
Like it's value. It's good value.
Yeah. There you go. All right. So that's your cut of steak.
Yeah.
What's your favorite lift heavy things?
Oh,
Gotta have both.
favorite? Ugh. Honestly, I really enjoy doing like barbell, anything with the barbell. So like usually clean and jerks. I like those. Like a straight leg deadlift, like those. Deadlift to like overhead press, like all the way from the top to the bottom. That's the ones I like because it's cardio and it has the lift heavy things.
Yeah. Well, do you do the clean jerk plus press?
Yeah, you can.
Or is that called a hang clean?
The clean
I don't
jerk,
know
though, you're actually usually flipping.
Right.
And if you're gonna jump, like I try to get like actually levitate my feet. Whereas if I'm just doing like a deadlift to shoulder press, it's just more of a continuous movement.
Yeah.
That one's safer. I wouldn't do as many clean and jerks. Same thing with snatches. Snatches are intense, but dude, I've seen some. Like I just don't want to do that.
Yeah, well, what's the difference between a clean and jerk and then the one that I do in the Olympics where they go all the way up to the top?
Well, so you have a
Is that
clean.
a hang clean?
No, you have a clean.
Yep.
And then if you do the jerk, you'd go straight to the top.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know the technical terms. We
Yeah.
used to have to do those for high school football practice.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Western college, they had this group that did like Olympic lifts, and there's one guy that had trained with the Olympians, and he would like lead
That's
it.
so cool.
And dude, it was like all they did was two things: clean and jerk and snatches, and that was it. And man, like I lifted heavier then than I do now.
Yeah.
Because it's just like all these dudes that are lifting like so heavy.
Yeah.
You're like will yourself into doing it.
Yeah. Isn't it the same thing over and over and over?
They just did a lot of it. It's really a technical thing
Totally.
though. And so
Yeah.
like they would video themselves. Like what I did for golf, they would like do for lifts.
Yeah.
And so it was fun. Like I probably did like 10 or 15 like different sessions with them. But then I was like, you know what? Long term, this is gonna hurt. I'm eventually gonna get hurt because I will get in this competition of like getting heavier and heavier and heavier, and then I'll hurt myself.
Yeah, fair enough. Speaking of Olympic lifting,
Yeah.
the Olympics are coming up this year.
Yeah.
Do you
Dude,
care about
you and your nice sequence?
Thank you.
Of
Do you care about the Olympics at all? This isn't even my notes. I'm off the rails here.
I'm interested in the business of the Olympics.
Okay.
I think that they're losing a lot of brand value.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it's interesting to make sense of advertising with them. Anytime Fitness, we do sponsor the Paralympics. So, I pay a little bit of attention to it. But the actual like events, it's like, I just wait for the big stories.
Yeah.
Like 90% of the population.
Totally.
Bandwagon fans.
Yeah,
Let's go.
yeah.
So if like something crazy happens, yes, woohoo.
Yeah.
But like, no, I don't really follow. I think they're losing a lot of brand equity, the Olympics, for multiple reasons. Everything from political to like social stuff that they're doing, to just the fact that like people don't care. And then how they're presenting it needs to be revamped for social media, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think as it gets closer, because it's July, so it's in a couple months, maybe we could look into some of the specifics of it. There'll be more articles that come out. I just didn't know if you had any thoughts on it. I feel like, this is me speaking, could be just tongue-in-cheek. I've done no research on this, but I feel like part of the Olympics losing its almost like brand power is that the world's so connected.
Yeah.
So historically speaking, the Olympics was a way for the world to connect.
Right.
And like we all get to see different people and cultures and flags and events and like who's skilled at what. And now you go on TikTok and you can see a guy from Japan and then you can see a guy from England. And then, so like the connectivity isn't there anymore.
Yeah. But if they also get really smart about it, you're taking like the best athletes in the world and putting in one spot, you can make that very social. And they're getting better. And I'm really interested to see what they do this year, because like 4 years ago, it was like just coming out of COVID and there was all this stuff around what was going on in China and stuff. So interested to see if they can make that change.
Yep.
And if they can really like, if I was the Olympics, I'd be like, okay, we are having a massive shorts team, because you need to drive massive amounts of eyeballs to then get people to actually watch events.
Right.
So I'd be looking at like the back end of every single Olympian and their story. I'd be cutting it. Like it needs to be social media.
Yeah.
And so whether they can flip from NBC and like streaming to actually like going short form content on social media, I think they'll do it this year. I honestly do, because they have to, because they've lost so much brand power, and it costs so much money to put the Olympics on. There's cities that are like, no, we don't want you to come in anymore. It's going to cost us billions of dollars. We have to redo all this stuff, and there's not a lot of return on it, because we already can cascade. To your point, like we're already so connected. Like everyone already knows what our tourist attractions are. We don't need you guys to come in with your cameras and
show how great this city is.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's always like political and like economic like weird stuff that happens, and then people get called out. The mayor of every city gets called out. There's always that drama happening, and so as someone that would be an elected official, like I don't really want to bring all that attention to myself.
Yeah, that's fair.
So.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think as it gets closer, it'd be cool to look into some of the economics of it. Do you know where the Olympics even are this year?
Oh, dude, I'm gonna guess.
It's the Summer Olympics, obviously. It's in a couple months.
Isn't it in Russia?
Nope.
No. It's Las Vegas.
No.
That's the next one. No. Vegas, I think, is the next
Europe.
one. Oh, really?
Yeah, it's Paris.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Paris 2024.
Cool. Let's go.
So, are you a winter guy or a summer guy? Like, if you like, what draws more of your attention?
Summer would be more.
Oh, okay. Interesting. All right. Yeah, I think I'm a winter guy.
Really?
Well, I grew up snowboarding.
Yeah.
So, what event would you compete in?
Would I compete?
Yeah, if you were just like
what I want to compete in?
Yeah, like you just get to pick an event. Let's just say like you get the chance to compete in the Olympics. And like you get training and stuff. Like, I'm not saying you're gonna go.
Honestly, I think swimming, because it's built for social media. Like an event where it's like a minute or two, it's super intense. It's always like it's very easy to watch, like who's in front. It's very simple.
Yeah.
Everyone understands it. Or running.
Yeah.
Like when I think about like if you want like the most amount of fame, it's like do things that everyone can understand very easily. Like fencing, don't get it.
Okay.
Don't understand.
Yeah.
Don't know how points are calculated. Kind of funny to me. People like dressed up in these suits running around. But like running, swimming makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
and that's
fair.
why like people like Usain Bolt is like it's a universal everyone knows him because like everyone understands running and being fast. Very
And
simple.
everybody can conceptualize like 1,000 yards.
Yeah. Same
Or,
with, like,
1,000 or 100 meters.
Yeah, like
excuse
Michael
me,
Phelps,
right?
something like that. You go to parts of the world, like they don't know basketballs and baseball and all these other sports. Like there's so many rules. Where it's like run from there to there, and whoever is fastest wins. We got ourselves a game, boys.
Yeah.
So I think those are like the simplest versions.
That's fair.
That are cool.
You seem like you'd be like a rower. Like the kayaking. You know they do the...
It's too slow, dude.
Yeah, have you seen the new version of the kayaking though?
No.
Where they like make an artificial river?
Oh yeah, those are cool.
That's
Like
sweet.
rafting.
Rafting, yeah.
White rafting.
I feel
and
like
kayaking.
you'd crush that.
Yeah, right.
I'm just saying.
I don't know. I think you need more like legs to like get your.
Yeah, but you said you do swimming. You'd be like the world's
Yeah, but
shortest
you're in
swimmer.
a boat. Why would you need to swim? Oh, yeah.
You're
Well,
saying,
for me,
yeah.
I was saying like Dream World,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, yeah.
Dream
I'm
World.
just
The
saying.
6'5" version of me would be a swimmer. The probably a 6'5" version of you would also be a runner. If I was 6'5", I'd be in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Definitely not happening this
That's how it
way.
goes. Yeah, fair enough. I just thought I'd ask. But yeah, maybe put in the comments if as the Olympics get closer, if you guys want us to dive into it. I love the Olympics. I follow them. I'm kind of a weirdo.
All the ads and all that. That's what I want to follow.
Yeah.
Money.
So we'll look
Follow
into
the
it.
money.
Yeah, exactly. But it's interesting to your point. Last thing I'll say on this is I do follow a lot of sports accounts, and I have not seen a lot of Olympics content yet.
No, dude.
You think it'd be all over, my Instagram For You page or Facebook.
only a
I'd
few
get
months away.
ads and sponsored. Now that you mention it, I can't remember the last time I saw an ad. I have sought out Olympics content because I like to follow it, but I'm still not seeing much of it.
Like, why isn't the Olympics like forcing athletes or like encouraging athletes to, like post your regime, like what you're doing, your prep, like what are you doing, like leading up to it? Like you don't see a lot of that until literally the Olympics are on and like, oh, opening ceremonies tomorrow. Like you don't even hear about it sometimes. So I think it's bad branding, but I think it's also because like there's so much money on the TV right side of things. But I think what's going to really end up happening is cities are going to be like, forget this. Like we can't afford it. It costs billions of dollars. And so I just don't think there's a return on that.
Yeah, that's fair.
And it's gonna be interesting to see like in Paris what they do with like violence and they do with like homelessness. If they just like kind of put a patch on it, be like, all right, everyone gets money, go away, like get off the streets, and see what they happens. Because there's a lot of like theft and things that happen in Paris.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we'll look into it as it gets closer. All right, changing topics here.
Yeah.
Now, I feel like we talk about this guy a lot, but it's big news.
Yeah, dude, Elon crushed
Elon.
last week, bro. I took a screenshot and I didn't send it to you.
I don't think so. Unless you
Sick.
did.
I think I might have even typed it up to you.
Oh man.
Dude, so I took a screenshot. Oh, dude, I got the screenshot. I know I kept it. 1 second. I took a screenshot of Tesla's stock the other day when it jumped like 15%. And I was going to send it to you and just be like, always remember, pay Elon. Something like that. I forget. But let me get you the picture here. I took a screenshot, right? Oh, man. Seriously? No, that's YouTube stats. Ah, there it is. Yeah, look at this. 15.05% up. I screenshot on Monday at 1:40. I was going to send it to you. And I was going to be like, pay that man. Yeah. Basically, all that happened is China was like, hey, yeah, we're going to let you use FSD on our roads. And so that meant set the stock higher.
Yeah. Well, after that screenshot, did you hear what happened yesterday? Because now we're back down, baby.
Oh, we are?
This is the day chart.
Where? We're down 1%.
Well, I'm just saying it's coming.
Dude, down 1%? What are you talking about?
Yeah, but you only jumped a few percent a week ago.
Yeah, no, you're right.
So
it's just the stock. It's just how it is.
Yeah. Whoops, I accidentally went away from the article.
What was your point?
Disbands the Tesla EV charging team, leaving customers in the dark. Did you hear about this?
No. What's up?
All right. Well, here you go. He basically tweeted. Let me see if this article has the screenshot of the tweet.
Okay.
If it does not, then I can try to find it real quick.
Did I sell any of Tesla? No, I didn't.
Where is it?
I basically only have what's in there now because there's like long-term stuff. I've kind of stopped swing trading. If it went up to like 250, $260, I'd probably sell some more.
Yeah. So it just says Elon Musk's abrupt decision to lay off employees who ran Tesla's electric vehicle charging business blindsided automakers gearing up to equip new EVs for customers to use the Tesla supercharging network, analyst said on Tuesday. So basically, he tweeted last night that he's getting rid of a decent amount of the staff that's in charge of the supercharger program.
Yeah.
And then it sent ripples because people are like, wait, you were partnering with General Motors and Rivian and Ford. What's going on? Because you said we were going to be able to use your superchargers, and now you're basically saying you're getting rid of your team that's handling superchargers. So let's see. Musk subsequently said on X that the car maker still plans to expand the network, and then this is a direct quote, just at a slower pace for new locations and more focus on 100% uptime and expansion of existing locations. So any thoughts on that?
I think we have incomplete data, and people make all these headlines based on the fact that they don't know that internally they could have like a rogue employee or division leader, and he's just like, I'm going to axe this whole part of the department and rebuild it. And also, if you look at what he says, he wants more reliability and like current ones being worked on. Right. There's a lot of Tesla chargers and just chargers in general. You pull up and they're not working. The thing is broken. People back into them. So I don't think it's a bad thing. This is like normal operating business. Like, okay, that division's underperforming. Let's cut a third of the staff. Let's rebuild it. Let's bring a new person in. Let's focus on like less new builds and let's focus on more maintenance. Like this is standard operating, like daily operations for a business.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, like GM, Ford, Rivian are the ones kind of stirring the pot because they're basically saying, well, you're axing this division, like you're saying, and they're worried, public facing, that it's going to hurt them because they're excited to announce we're going to be able to partner with Tesla and this, that, and the other. So they're worried about what that means for them and their brand.
Yeah, because they're losing money hand over fist and can't make any money on their electric vehicles.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see here. So this is what a financial analyst said about this. In this layoff, nothing is off the table. Musk is trying to send a signal internally that the difficulty that Tesla is going through, they're going to have to make some tough decisions. It shows there is serious cost focus.
As we should be with any business.
Yeah.
Shocker.
Yeah.
Like totally. We have to make money? No.
Yeah.
Like unlike what all these other manufacturers can't figure out is like make money. Is it a positive thing? It's like what we're not hearing about is all the layoffs on the Ford EV plants. What we're not hearing about is all these other layoffs that are happening at all these other manufacturers because they're not making EVs anymore. So they're just laying people off. Massive chunks of their supply chain are not being used, and their warehouses that were building all these EVs are no longer being used. They've canned massive amounts of jobs. So we just won't hear about those.
Yeah. So this the article kind of wraps up by saying the Tesla supercharger network could have significant value if Musk wanted to sell it, analysts said. Rival U.S. charging networks have struggled with reliability problems and do not have the scale or prime locations that Tesla has locked in. 7 large automakers, including Mercedes, GM, Stellantis, I don't know, Honda, BMW, and Hyundai Kia last year formed a joint venture called Iona to develop a fast charging network to compete with Tesla's supercharger network. So basically, I don't know, competition.
It's a moat, baby. It's a moat. He built a moat over the past 20 years, and everyone said he was stupid all along the way, and he lost money all along the way, and he invested in technology and thought ahead of the curve and poured tons of money into the fact that knowing that if you control the gas stations, you control all the cars. I.e., if you control the electric charging stations, you control all the cars. And that's what he's done. Yeah. And so everyone laughed at him. People hated him on as investors, but he knew that in the long run it would pay off. And it's just 20 years of hard work that's paying off now. And every other manufacturer in America, including companies that have been around for hundreds of years, can't figure out how to make a dollar on an EV. In fact, they lose tens of thousands of dollars on every single one they make. And somehow they make a 30% now it's less, like 20% gross profit margin. It's because someone thought ahead and put tons of money in technology and just knew where things were going. That is the quintessential betting on the overall trend that we will he was we will probably go more electric in the future. Great. Let's invest a ton into building the picks and shovels of that industry. Yep. So now all these manufacturers will have to bow down to them every single time they put a Tesla charger into their Ford truck. Yeah. You're going to steal customers so fast. Yeah. So
that's fair. One other thing for you here today. This is also a screenshot that I took that I wanted your thoughts on. We've never talked about this. It's just the top tweet there, and I'll put it up on the screen. My rule of thumb is if I order my food standing up, I'm not leaving a tip. Mike Andes, your thoughts?
I always leave a tip.
Yeah.
I just do. So
yeah,
they got me.
What are your thoughts on general tipping culture? Because it is, something that is a point of contention, I feel, for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Just about every service, restaurant has a tipping function now.
Yeah.
What are your general thoughts on it? Has this tipping culture gotten out of hand? Do you feel like people just need to be comfortable saying no tip if they don't feel like they should give a tip? Do you feel like it's inappropriate to not leave a tip? What are your thoughts on this?
I don't really have an opinion on this. I just succumb to the fact that I do not want the person across from me feeling that I'm a jerk in any way, shape, or form, and I'm willing to pay them 20%.
So you give them a tip for a self-serving
Oh,
reason.
100%. Yeah, dude. I don't want to feel like a jerk.
It.
Yeah, dude. I don't want anyone to have to dirt of like, Mike Andy's never paid me a tip. I don't want that. And second, I don't even want the awkward interaction. Like they have to bring my food, or if I have to ask them a question like later on, I don't even want that twinge of like weirdness that I never gave them a tip. So yes, is that like social pressure? 100%.
Yeah.
Hand up. Gonna pay my tip every time, baby. So, and if they're good, I'll pay them more.
Yeah.
But like standing up, I see the point. I get it. But it's also baked into the restaurant industry. Like it's hard to make money in the restaurant industry. It has a way worse success rate than the home services. Like it's brutal. So if I can help the owner pay their employees a little bit more and hopefully retain them, because their churn is just as bad, if not worse than us, I'll do it.
Yeah.
That's just kind of how I think.
That's fair enough. That's a respectful opinion.
I know you have a great opinion, and it's like probably way more logical, but like I just succumb to it every time.
Yeah, I think
I know what's happening. I'm like,
yeah.
I wouldn't usually do a tip here, but I'm still going to click the 18. It's the lowest option.
Yeah. So here's what I like. So I went to Dutch Bros recently. Yeah. We don't have any local, but my wife and I traveled south. I went to Dutch Bros, and on their tip screen, it just says $1, $2, $3.
Way better.
I love that because I instantly go the middle.
Really?
I just say like the middle one.
See, this is my thought. This is my thought. If you go percentage, you should only do it on larger ticket items. On coffees, doing $1 on a $4 coffee is a 25% tip.
Right. Well, I did 2 because my wife and I both got a coffee.
Yeah.
So it's about $8 to $10. So $2 is a
25% tip.
Yeah. But they're also really nice at Dutch Bros.
Were you sitting down? I guess in your car.
I was in my car. And they came out to me, right?
On drive-thrus, I'm usually a little less.
Yeah.
I will say that. Like on average, I'm probably
fair.
a little less.
But I like that it's 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Like it's just very simple. I can understand those numbers versus like 18%. It's like 18%, and then they put like how much 18%.
They're making more off of you. See, when I go to places
Yeah.
that are smaller and it's like 10, 15, 20, I'm like, guys, just change this to dollars. You'll make so much more.
Yeah.
It's a $3 purchase. I'm not going to put like $1. Like if I put $1, that's a 33% tip.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put 10% anyway. Well, that's 30 cents. Like, anyways.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I like that, and I usually will. Here's my thing, and this is you said I'll probably have a logical answer. This I don't think is logical. If it gives me a dollar amount, I'll usually go higher. If it gives me a percentage,
just respect it.
I just go lower. I think it's a respect
You
thing.
feel respected. You're like, I gotta love it.
I feel like I have the
Love
buying.
the game.
It's my buying decision. I'm like, yes, I will give you $3. No, I will give you some random percentage that this iPad is asking for.
Oh man. All right, let's wrap it up. You got some non-financial advice?
I don't think I do today.
No
I'm just gonna be honest.
Zilch, nada.
I don't think anything.
Okay.
Other than don't tip if you don't want to tip.
Okay, here's my
There you go.
my non-financial advice. Most airlines, after you say that you don't want to check any bags, will simply ask, would you like to check any bags that you are going to do carry-on for free? So if you have a bag that you want to check, don't pay the fee. Just click no, and like the vast majority of them will then just be like, are there any carry-ons you would like to check for free? Because they know they're gonna have to do it at the like all the spaces.
You're talking at the kiosk.
Yeah, at the kiosk, dude.
Self-check-in.
Yeah, the check-in.
Yep.
So that's the move. You'll usually get your bag as long as it'll fit. Like you're gonna check it anyways.
Yeah.
So like it doesn't even have to fit in the bin.
Right.
So you run the risk of it not asking you that, but typically on any flight that is like more than like 80, 90% booked, they're going to put that as a pop-up now. And so if you want to be able to not pay the $40 for a one flight, there you go. Non-financial advice.
So that is, you're encouraging people to use the kiosk.
Yeah,
because I always self-checking on my phone.
Never. No, you don't get the pop-ups, bro.
There you go. Well, I'm thinking in terms of efficiency.
Yeah, I'm thinking in terms of upgrades. That's true. I agree. But when you have multiple people, and you have multiple bags and stuff like we do at the turnarounds, yeah, it's kind of the move.
That's fair. All right, I respect it.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. That's
Like
the
and
pod.
subscribe.